Welcome back to Regen Rovers. Today it is episode 143 and we're going to be taking on Chelsea and Valencia. We've got off to a good start to our third season in the top flight. After 9 games we've won 3, drawn 4, lost 2, 13 points. Spurs are completely running away with it again this season, by the way. But yeah, I'm enjoying this season. As you can see, there's some positive results in there. In the last episode, of course, we smashed Steaua Bucharest and we smashed Leeds United. And Mark Ball was on fire, wasn't he? However, we did crash out of the League Cup 1-0 against Southampton at St Mary's Stadium, just down the road, of course. I put out sort of a second string team and they just weren't quite strong enough to defeat Southampton. So we're out the League Cup. I think that's a blessing in disguise, though, of all the competitions we're in this season. We then drew 2-2 against Leicester. We were all over them. We had 7 half chances and 1 clear-cut chance. But unfortunately, we had to settle for a point. They took the lead. We equalised through that Rayos header. And then we took the lead, but they equalised. A nice goal for Christian. I accidentally brought on Christian instead of Nunez. I meant to bring on Nunez on the left, but Christian came on and he scored, which is an inadvertent successful substitute, I suppose. We then beat Red Star 1-0 away from home. I think I might have underestimated them a bit because they've got some quality players. I've put out some different players. Okoro played his first ever European game. I just fancied playing him in goal and he got a clean sheet. But yeah, I played a kind of second string defence. I gave a run out to a few players. Flanagan played, for example. But it was Duranja, our Croatian striker, that got his first ever goal for the club. And it's an important goal. He headed it over the keeper who came out to no man's land there. We were the better team, but Red Star, they're good. They have some good players. An expected 2-0 defeat against Spurs. That gets that out the system. I did put out my strongest team in the hope that we'd get something. It should have been 3, but Smith saved a penalty, so Spurs had to settle for 2. But then an 8-0 thrashing over Sholing. Very weak team. Now you can see there were some big players that I put into the lineup. And quite simply, I had a few players on international duty. The under-18s were playing on the same day, so I can actually select them. So I had a few under-23 players to select from. But as you can see, Okoro and goal. We also played Philip Thomas, who's in the under-23s. Gale had a run out. Mateo Savic, so completely second string or third string back 5. Perry Miles played as well. I mean, he's probably like 7th choice midfielder these days, although I don't have a huge number of central midfielders. Cochrane played, young Reece Guppy played, 17 years old. Ray Rigg played and he scored a hat-trick, quite unbelievably so, and a couple of them were outside the box. In fact, they might all be outside the box. Let's have a look at Ray Rigg's goals. We're playing a team we should be beating, but still, for Ray Rigg to score a hat-trick is special for him. It's as many goals as he's scored let's skip ahead a bit. It's as many goals as he's scored in probably the last 10 seasons put together. He got one last year, didn't he? But yeah, to get 3 in one game. It was a weaker team overall. I mean, that's a great strike as well. But Mark Ball up front, he got a hat-trick as well. An expected hat-trick. Alan Stewart scored. Let's just have a look at Ray Rigg's hat-trick goal. Yeah, complete thrashing. I think it's our biggest ever competitive win, because remember, this competition does count as a proper competition for us. All 3 of Ray Rigg's goals were outside the box. That is a special hat-trick, isn't it? So Chelsea then, on a Friday night as well. We've only beaten them once. They've beaten us 3 times on 1 draw. They are the favourites, although they are in inconsistent form. Tarasenko, unfortunately, is too tired for this one. A few players have come back from international duty looking a bit jaded, unfortunately. Luke Clark's tired, coming back from injury, I think. Matt Smith, he just can't seem to play 2 games in a row, unfortunately. So Kuz is going to be playing left back. Rest of the team, I think it's my first choice. I mean, people were writing off Mark Ball, saying I should bring in Duranja. Maybe I should, but Mark Ball's got 8 goals this season. If we ignore the Hampshire Senior Cup, 5 goals, but he's still our top goal scorer, even if we ignore that Hampshire Senior Cup. Incredible episode last time out. Let's see if we can do it again. This Chelsea team is full of internationals, as you'd kind of expect from a Chelsea team. But they've not had the best start to the season, I suppose. There is hope here that we can get a result. Let's go for that. That's worked wonderfully, hasn't it? Just get my assistant to do that. We're going with the home tactic. We're playing at home. Let's see what we can do. Looking forward to the second match in today's episode. Valencia coming to Luton. Valencia Airport to Luton. Pretty handy, really. I've been to Valencia. Been to Valencia Airport. I've accidentally been to the military airport as well there, because my dad accidentally drove us there when we were going to go home from our holiday. Went to the wrong airport. But there we go. Van den Broek here to Regen Rovers. Knocks it long, looking for Mark Ball. He's never going to win that. Here's Flanagan into Navarrete. Navarrete charging at the defence, feeds it through to Mark Ball. Oh, what a save. It was a really good effort from Mark Ball with his weaker left foot. But an exceptional save from the Chelsea goalkeeper, keeps it out. We're deep in the Chelsea half. It's a long throw from Regen Rovers, and Navarrete hits the post. It almost fell for Mark Ball. Oh, we're pummeling Chelsea here, aren't we? Another long throw maybe from Regen Rovers. He's played it short to Flanagan. Instead, it's a decent curling cross. Headed away as far as Raymond Coos. Coos into Tasakovic. It's had a decent start to the season. He's played better than Nunez. Of course, last year it was the other way round. Van den Broek into Navarrete. Navarrete to Mark Ball. Mark Ball to Navarrete. Lovely play. Great finish. We deserve that. Our two up front link up beautifully. And we're 1-0 up against Chelsea. Let's have a look at this again. Van den Broek involved. In the end, it was a 1-2 between Navarrete and Mark Ball. Quite simple. I mean, defending was just poor from Chelsea. They didn't pick up Navarrete. It's freezing here for some reason. Sorry about that. Excellent start. Chelsea have been non-existent. We've had 61% possession. We're moving above Chelsea as it stands in the table. Tasakovic heads that away though. We're not over the line yet. Still a few minutes to half time. That's curled just wide. Free kick to Chelsea at the death. Over the bar. And we've made it to half time. 1-0 up. Nice finish from Navarrete. Good build-up play. I'm happy with that. I don't think there's any need to change it. Regen Rovers is on a yellow. Told him to ease off the tackles though, so hopefully that does the trick. And off we go in the second half. Here's Coos into Tasakovic. Into Van den Broek. To Flanagan. To Mark Ball. To Navarrete. This is lovely. It's out wide to Tasakovic. Crosses it in. It's cleared back to Tasakovic. He gets a second go. Crossed in. Mark Ball! There we go. Oh, I love him. I love him. It was a fairly simple finish this time, but he had to react. It fell to him. Tasakovic doesn't actually get the assist, but he put two dangerous balls in that caused problems for the Chelsea defence, particularly the second one. It came off Mark Ball, came off a Chelsea defender. He reacted first and stuck it past the keeper. Coos with the throw. Oh, yeah, throwing everything, literally, at Chelsea here. That's headed away, though. Here's Loader into Mark Ball, deep to Van den Broek, into Regen Rovers, which is keeping possession nicely. Christian, Regen Rovers turns, Flanagan, he's played well actually, I like what Flanagan's doing. Christian crosses it in, Navarrete heads onto the crossbar. It's closer than I think the goalkeeper thought it would be. Smith again, playing really well. Oh, Van den Broek's picked up a yellow. I think I'm going to bring Charlery on actually, we'll go for that. I'll leave him as a box-to-box midfielder for now, though. Wow, this is very comfortable at the moment. I'm going to make a change up front. I'm going to bring Duranja on. Plays a deep line forward behind Mark Ball. And we will start to time waste a bit now. Don't need to run at the defence. There we go. And we'll save the last sub towards the end to waste a little bit more time. Chelsea have possession, though, with a throw-in. And they're stuck in their own corner. We're pinning them in. Sure they can play their way out of trouble though. They've got quality in the team. Here they come, keeping possession. They've not had any chances so far, have they? This has been a really good performance, but that's not long. Loader does well to win it. Flanagan can't get hold of possession though, and here's Estrada. Hopkins, we had too many men running after the same player there. It's an easy save for Smith though in the end. We've restricted them to long shots. It's been excellent really. Okay, we're making the last change. Ramirez is going to come on Flanagan. Fresh legs in the middle. This has been comfortable. How have we done? I mean, this has just been a really professional performance. A 2-0 win. Here goes Coos. We're looking for a third. It's out to Christian. Crosses it into Sakovic. Maybe should have headed it to Duranja rather than going for goal. Maybe he was trying to do that. I don't know. But I'm surprised and very impressed with this win. It just shows how good we are. I mean, this tactic... Let's be honest, it's been good ever since we went 4-4-2. We've made a few tweaks over the couple seasons that we've been using it. Mark Ball, man of the match. Wow. Goal and assist for him, of course. Oh, it really is working very well. I'm delighted with that. So that win leaves us in 7th place after 10 games on 16 points. What a see! I mean, look at the teams we're up there with. It's quite magnificent, really. Had a little bit of a break, longer break than normal between Premier League game and a European game, thanks to playing on the Friday, of course. So Valencia, we welcome them to Luton. We welcome them to Luton Town Stadium, where we play our football these days. Can't actually see where they are in the league because I don't have it loaded, but they've obviously done enough to qualify for the Europa League. 3 changes to the starting lineup then. So Tarasenko's back. He's come in for Flanagan. Clark's come in for Christian on the right hand side, and Matt Smith has come in for Kuz. Kuz has done okay. He had a very poor start to the season, but he certainly has improved. But Matt Smith, I've been impressed with what the youngster has offered to us. Unfortunately, he can't play every game because he just gets tired very quickly. But his average rating in the league is better than Kuz. He's only played twice. And Europa League wise, he's played very well. 8.10 from him. Let's see what he can do and what the rest of the players can do against a strong Valencia team then. I've forgotten to do Ask the Manager. We'll do that at the end of this match today. So this Valencia team then. Mario Brites, a Paraguayan international, their best performing player so far this season, alongside Abasolo. Looks okay, nothing amazingly special, probably means he's going to score a hat-trick. Decent Slovenian international, playing in central midfield rather than left-back, which is what he prefers. Some interesting players. They've got a real-life player, Alphonso Davies, the Canadian international, who's got so many caps for Canada, it's ridiculous. They've also got Bastien Thoma, a sort of real Swiss international, 113 caps for Switzerland. So yeah, some decent players in there to watch out for. We're going with the home tactic, playing at home. This is exciting, actually. I've enjoyed our European adventure so far. We've won both games. Can we win 3 out of 3? Let's see. Free kick, Tarasenko to take it. He's played it short to Clark. Cuts in, he's found Navarrete. Navarrete has the shot, great goal. Keeper got something to it, but couldn't keep it out. And Navarrete gets his 5th goal of the season. I thought it was a bit bizarre taking that free kick short to start with, but it's worked nicely in the pouring rain in Luton. Welcome to Luton, lads. And Navarrete smashes one home from just outside the box. Here's Matt Smith heading it into Tisakovic's path. Tisakovic to Tarasenko. Tarasenko back to Tisakovic. Back to Tarasenko. They're just wasting time passing between each other. Being patient. Here's Tisakovic. He's got space to do something now. Crosses it all the way to Clark. Clark. Yes. Yes. Beautiful football. Navarrete with his second. Luke Clark. It was just brilliant. It was a great ball from Tisakovic. It opened up for Luke Clark. And it was just a simple low cross in the end. Poor defending. But we took advantage of it. They just completely let Clark free, didn't they? And Navarrete was just waiting there to tap home. We are very much enjoying the Europa League. I've got to aim to try and win this competition, haven't I? Free corner now. Tarasenko to take it. Plays it short to Matt Smith. Crossed in, and it's an own goal. Well, obviously, Matt Smith wasn't pushing the player. It can't have been Matt Smith. 2-0 up. 2 goals for 2-0 up. 2 goals for Navarrete. 2 assists for Luke Clark. Very, very pleasing stuff. Let's start the second half and get on with this. They've only had 2 shots. They've been non-existent. Formation obviously isn't working against us. Well, it's been a boring second half. Going to bring Flanagan on for Tarasenko. He's still coming back from... Well, it wasn't an injury. He just got really knackered on international duty. This is 15 minutes to go. There's just been nothing in this second half. And here's Van den Broek now on the ball. Plays it out wide to Luke Clark, looking for a hat-trick of assists. And he crosses it in. Navarrete, it's offside that time. That was terrible goalkeeping. What the hell was he doing? He's lucky Navarrete was offside. Mark Ball's not done much today. Going to bring on Duranja. He got his goal in the last match though, didn't he, Mark Ball? And he's still our top goal scorer this season. But I wouldn't be surprised if Navarrete beats him. He's a quality all-round striker, is Navarrete. Matt Smith, good defensive header there. He had to get something on it. And Tisakovic just wasting time there. 10 minutes to go. Look, they're just not closing him down. Had a lot of time there to run with the ball. Flanagan into Duranja. Interesting ball, but he's managed to find Luke Clark. Into Navarrete. Oh, that's a decent looking ball for Duranja. 3-0. What a pass from Navarrete. Good finish from Jerko Duranja. His second goal for the club. How about this for a pass from Navarrete though? He's just found him beautifully. He knew Duranja was making the run and look at that. Excellent. One more sub to make. I'm actually going to give Mark Gale a bit of football. You don't really see him very much. He plays sort of the League Cup games, but he's actually not a bad defender at all. Similar ability to Loader. Navarrete free kick. Oh, he's hit the post. Looking for his hat-trick. We've dominated this game. 22 shots, 2 clear-cut chances, 1 half chance. They've had 2 shots. We've had 67% possession. It's been a really comfortable episode. I'm surprised how well we're doing in the Europa League and the league. I just wasn't expecting that at all. I thought one or the other. I suspected we'd do alright in the Europa League, but I really thought it'd be detrimental to our league form. But it hasn't been. And we don't have the biggest squad in the world, and I'm not rotating every single player for each match or anything. It's just a little bit of rotation, and it's just working really well. Here's Navarrete through. Can he get his hat-trick at the death? Oh, he's going to regret that miss, isn't he? That was a real chance for his hat-trick. But there we go. Valencia couldn't deal with the rain in Luton. And Navarrete picks up man of the match for his 2 goals and 1 assist. Luke Clark, really impressive from him on the right wing. Duranja gets a goal as well. A brilliant all-round performance from the lads. What a start to life in Europe, eh? Let's have a look at the tables then. So, yeah, I think we don't need to do very much now to qualify. We're 6 points clear of the other 3 teams. We've all picked up 1 win each. Favourites to top the group. We've got Valencia next, away from home. That'd be a nice trip over to Spain. Steaua Bucharest and Red Star will be last of all at home. And hopefully by that point we'd have already qualified for the knockout stages. Next few games we've got Preston away from home on TV. West Brom, all winnable games. Liverpool, that's going to be tough, although they are in 5th. Watford in 3rd. They've had a very good season so far. Crystal Palace should be beating them in Huddersfield. I'm not sure when the next episode will be. I might show the... Yeah, I suppose it makes sense to show the Red Star game because I've shown the other 2 teams, doesn't it? So probably either Arsenal and Red Star or Red Star and Man United. We'll see where we are. Anyway, should we have an Ask the Manager to round things off today? Let's go then. First question is from Yo Soy Quincio. Sorry, I've most probably murdered your name there. Which was the first management game you have ever played, or the oldest one you remember? So the first one I ever played was Championship Manager 3 around a friend's house. I was in year 5 at school, so I was 9 or 10 years old. And I used to go around there and we played Championship Manager at the same time as playing this like Michael Owen football game on the N64. We kind of had Championship Manager in the background whilst we played this and paused and went between them. So that's the first one I played. The first one I owned was Championship Manager 9900 because of enjoying CM3. I got my dad to go out and buy Championship Manager 9900. 2000, whatever. So yeah, I did actually make a video on that. If you just look on my channel and search for Championship Manager, you should find some old Championship Manager videos, and I did one where I talked about that first game that I had. Second question, it's Josh again. He asked one in the last episode, but he's asked another one today. Do you prefer traditional or modern football stadiums, and what are your favourite English grounds? There's something quite brilliant about an old stadium. I really like Craven Cottage, Fulham Stadium. I've been there a couple of times. It's just, I like it. There's just something cosy about it. It's a bit annoying that you get sort of things in the way of your view, and that's what I dislike about an old stadium, is the view can be a bit hindered. But with a new stadium, it's always a brilliant bold view and you can see the pitch. The problem with West Ham Stadium, I know, is that it's just big. It's so, you're far away, but it's actually a really good view. When you look at photos at football stadiums, regardless of if it's close to the pitch or not, when you see a photo of the pitch, you think, oh, it looks so far away. But when you're there, it doesn't actually feel that far away. And it's the same with West Ham's. It's not really a football stadium, but I enjoy it nonetheless. And obviously the Berlin ground was old school, really nice, close, intense. But I do like the look of new stadiums. There's something beautiful and pristine about them. So it's hard to say what do I prefer. I like both. I like both aspects. I've not been to a huge number of stadiums. I'd like to go to more. So I can't say what are my favourites really, because I haven't been to that many. But out of the ones I've been to, I suppose the Berlin ground, because I'm a West Ham fan. But the ones that exist now, I would probably say Craven Cottage actually. Last comment then. Harvey Stoneman. If you could pick a memory from the series so far, what would be your favourite and worst memory? So I've already said my favourite is winning the playoff final against Blackburn and Mark Ball scoring loads of goals. My worst memory is, I'll show you actually, I found it, I prepared, Tadcaster. Remember this? It's a long time ago. It's the 2020-21 season. We were still in the bottom division that we started, the 7th tier of English football, and we lost 4-3 in the semi-final of the playoffs, in the quarter-final stage. I really had high hopes that we would go up. Did we finish second or third? No, actually we can't finish second because we wouldn't have been in the quarter-finals, but I think we'd had a really good run going into the playoffs, as you can see. It was the season where we were scoring tons of goals and conceding tons of goals. And it was actually a decent comeback to get back to 3-3, and they scored in the 103rd minute, and it was awful. It was a crazy and fun game, especially for the neutrals. But it was a real kick in the balls. I really thought we were going to go up in that third season. Of course, in the end, we went up in the following season to the National League South. I'm just trying to think of other terrible memories. FA Trophy final we won. There's not been that many bad memories, let's be honest. We've done well on the whole, haven't we? We really did fly up the divisions. This was League 2, getting promoted. I think we got promoted, didn't we? Yeah, to League 1. And that was an incredible season, League 1. We were just insanely good, going straight up to the Championship, where we survived that first year. And the second year, yeah, I mean, let's be honest, that was, what have I done? That was awful, losing on penalties against Reading. But the Tadcaster one sticks in my mind for some reason. It was horrible because we were so close and we came from behind and we scored goals, which is our defence let us down. The Reading game, solid, 0-0, losing on penalties is an absolute kick in the teeth. It really is. But at the same time, I don't know, there was something about that Tadcaster defeat that just really hurt. But we'll end it there. Thank you for watching today's episode. I'll just skip ahead just to remind you the next few games. Thank you for watching. I've already said that. Why am I repeating myself? I don't know. Well, yeah. I'm just grateful for you guys that have stuck around and watched up to this point. It means you've enjoyed the series. You know, you wouldn't be watching if you didn't enjoy it. You wouldn't punish yourselves by watching endlessly if you didn't actually enjoy my content and my series and Regen Rovers and me, etc. So I'm glad that you're enjoying it, because I still am. I'm having a lot of fun. But we'll end it there. Until next time, enjoy FM19. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see you very soon.